Listen, y'all gotta stop with all these excuses, okay? I'm too busy. I think it's gonna heal on its own. Ooh, that bump will go away sometime. No, girl. No. Get into ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors at your leisure, okay? Stop putting off those doctor appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/Monet to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. Oh, before we start the video, this is a reminder that I have some stand-up dates, okay? I'm coming to a city near you very soon. We're gonna be in Raleigh, North Carolina on May 24th and May 25th, and in Rochester, New York, from June 12th through the 14th. So these are a few last minutes to see me do some new material in your city. So if you wanna get tickets, go to MonetXchange.com together, and I'll see you in the audience, girl. Bye. Were you on set for the infamous Change the Races photo shoot?
We were following instructions.
Monét Talks. Everybody come sit down, let's have a chat. Monét Talks. Living life gossip, chop it up, this or that. Monét Talks. Get comfortable, cause you on the show. We just wanna know where you been, who you been with. Monét Talks.
We, Monét Talks, listeners, watchers, viewers, and everything in between, we are blessed to have my good sister, the deity, the goddess, Miss Fierce herself, Raja Gemini.
It's me.
Raja.
It's me.
Raja. First of all, let me
is
tell you
me.
something about fucking Raja. Raja walks in and she's like, Monet, this is not full body, right? I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, I'm like, girl, you look chic and fashion and
I
fierce.
just want to show, I mean, this is just kind of like the chaos in my life. I have two different socks, you know?
So what?
But I think they go. Like,
Yeah,
they kind
go
of
together.
go.
Like Rama Lama Lama, then I'm thinking about.
You know, it's like mixed metals, mixed patterns. Who fucking cares anymore? But who cares?
Do you believe in mixing metals, though? I feel sometimes I have a hard time doing it sometimes.
I do because I think it has to do with something about like where I'm from and where I grew up. The hood.
Yeah.
And so, you know, sometimes you'd mix the silver with the gold and it's fine. But these days I'm like, I try to keep it more in the gold tone.
Yeah, I'm always gold tones. I just don't feel like silver or white gold looks good on me. I love gold. I'm goldie.
I have my moments though. I go full on silver if I have silver.
Yeah.
But then I'll always like, I never take this necklace off. So it's like, it's gonna be mixed metals. And you know what, maybe it doesn't look right to someone else, but it's fine with me. So
I love your nameplate jewelry too. So the ring says Raja.
and this one too.
It says Raja as well.
These two I got with part of the $75,000 I got from Drag Race.
From Drag Race.
This was what I bought with my prize money.
You know, Raja, do you know, isn't it? So on All-Star 7, Raja walked away with 75K, and I walked away with $0.
Oh,
because you won Sheamus already done had hers is, and the prize for that.
I think the total money that I left with All Stars was more than my actual prize money in season 3. Yeah.
Which was 10K back? No, it was 50K.
Back down 75K.
75K. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How have you been? You look so cute.
Thank
I love
you.
that.
You were coming today, so I wanted to make sure that I look cute and I match your energy.
Well, it's giving, okay, hold on. It's giving Denise Huxtable.
Ooh.
Right.
Come on, Denise.
It's you're a Cosby kid.
I am, for sure.
Or you actually go to, what was the college called? Hillman. A very different world. If you had that little flippy, like you could be Dwayne Wayne, maybe.
Did you watch a lot of those shows back in the day?
Of course I did. Well, one of my first biggest crushes, television crushes, was Lisa Bonet.
Oh, really? I mean,
Denise Huxtable.
She's still so fucking sexy.
Because I wanted to be her. Those were my goals. I really want, like every outfit she had on, I was like, I am she.
I think my first TV crush, be gender whatever, it was Laura Winslow. The one that Steve was always interested in.
Right.
I was obsessed. I thought she was so beautiful and so stunning.
What was that? What was the actress's name?
Oh, I couldn't tell you the actress's name. Shame on me. That's probably bad.
We're gonna have to look that up.
You gotta look that
Just
up.
put it right there.
Yeah,
on the screen.
yeah. Someone's commenting, screaming in the comments her name.
The Winslows.
I mean, people are talking about rebooting shows like Cosby's Without Bill, bringing like Family Matters back, and I'm like, honestly, everything does not need a fucking reboot. Let it live where it did, and let it just stay there. Don't reboot these shows. Everything's in a reboot.
No,
you know?
like I can't even. No, come up with new shit.
Yes.
Bring back the sitcom.
Yeah, with like the real the laugh track. Like I miss sitcoms with laugh tracks. We don't get that anymore.
I just want a laugh track just in real life. Like there must be an app for it because I think I'm hilarious, and if no one else is laughing, then I need my phone.
Rather, you are very, very. Cheers. We're drinking some Sauvignon Blanc
in a mug, which is how I drink my Sauv Blanc. Such classy.
I have to say, Sauvignon Blanc in the morning does taste better. Mm-hmm. I don't think that people realize one of my favorite things that happened on in my many times with Raja. Two things. Number one was the Murray and Peter Christmas tour when you did when you fucked the Christmas tree.
You were on that?
Yes, Raja was on that tour. And Raja...
there was a bunch of us. Shay was on that. You was on that.
Naomi was on
Trinity, there. Naomi, Vanjie. That was kind of an epic tour.
It was fierce. Yeah. And I remember, because I had joined it like a little bit, like you were on the whole thing. I joined it like maybe like a third of the way in. And I remember watching, I was like, Raja's on this stage fucking a Christmas tree. It was everything.
Well, because first of all, I don't know why I was on a Christmas tour. I am a person who loathes Christmas. I hate the holidays. I have trauma from working in retail for so many years as a Mac girl.
Yeah.
And so Christmas to me ain't shit. Like, leave me alone. Yeah. But I needed the money, and I was on a Christmas tour, and I was like, you know what? You're going to get my version of Christmas.
Yeah. You also did like a winter solstice number, which was I had never seen before.
Yeah.
You like did a number celebrating the winter solstice. You like, fuck the holidays, fuck Christmas. I'm doing solstice, which is fierce.
And I sang live. I was like, I probably shouldn't have sang live, but I was like, you know what? I hate Christmas anyway, and I'm in a room that's like with 2,000 people. Let me just workshop this.
Rihanna. True deity shit.
Let me just try it out. There's like 1,500. Let's see.
So, Raj, I think with what in getting to know you and over the years, and as I'm having the privilege of sharing the stage with you and doing shows with you, I don't think people realize like the breadth. Like, I mean, I think people do, but you are just so knowledgeable, not just about fashion, but about like life shit. Like, how do you, like, what is this library in your brain that you have? You know every reference, you can figure out everything.
As soon as you said the breath, I was like, is this an on your nerve moment? Hold on. Am I paranoid? Did that edible kick in too hard? Oh my God. But okay, I stopped.
The depth of your knowledge in not just fashion. It's just, it blows my mind every time. Something will happen, you'll be like, oh yeah, because that was when and that concert, because I'm like, how?
It's a Gemini thing.
Okay.
We like to know a little bit about everything. Mm-hmm. So we do hold on to certain facts, and just in case we're in a certain conversation, we want to be able to contribute. So we always hold a little bit of knowledge. We are not exactly experts on everything.
Yeah.
But we'll make you believe that we are.
I think you're an expert on everything.
We'll know something.
You know what? You know enough about a thing to make me think that you have studied it in college and you have a master's in it and you wrote a dissertation about it.
You do that too. That's, I think, because you're a pathological liar.
Yeah, I'm just a liar.
You're just so good at lying. I take notes from how you do it. Because you're like straight faced. You're like, I'm like, is she for real?
Would you ever do more reality competition?
Sure.
Like a Big Brother or like a Traders? No, like
that's too. Maybe.
Traders?
Yeah, Traders sounds good. I don't know about Big Brother.
Yeah, Big Brother would be. It's a lot of deception and lying, and I think I don't
like two-way mirrors.
Okay.
Yeah, I always thought that was weird when we were on Drag Race, when we knew that while we were getting ready, there was like a camera. There was like 10 camera people behind it.
Yeah,
that always creeped me out a little bit. I started to go to my hotel room and like tried to like check behind it, like just in case. You know, I don't like that.
Yeah,
So Big Brother would be
freaky for you. Traders is though. I feel like you would really fly under the radar. If you were a trader, you would really fly under the radar because you're just like so like too cool for school. and that's a way to really trick the game.
Right. Yeah.
My second favorite Raja thing is when we did All Star 7. So they have these like young PAs, like, because we're sequestered in the rooms and we're not supposed to have any nothing. And then so like by the second day they bring us all back to the hotel and Raja is like telling one of the PAs, like, because they brought the tape us in our rooms for the night, and you're like, I need a bottle of wine, please. And they were like, oh no, we can't. You're like, I need a bottle of wine, please. And they were like, well, you're like, how old are you? 22. He's like, I am 47 years old. I could be your father. Go downstairs and give me my
Go get me the goddamn wine.
And the PA went
and got the wine. Didn't they get the wine?
They sure did.
They all scampered and scurried.
They sure did. They came back like offering, like bearing 3 different bottles. Like, okay, we have Sauvignon Blanc, we have Pinot Gris. I want the Sauvignon Blanc.
Like if I was a like slutty and young and impregnated a vagina, I could have been their grandparent.
Oh, 100%. Not grandparents, bitch.
Definitely parent, but
definitely a parent for sure. And because I never knew that season 3 was that the season they started taping in, or your season there was no tape?
No, we had no tape.
You had no tape. Okay,
no,
was it just free reign? You can do whatever you want.
Shangela, Carmen, I believe Alexis, they all went out. They went out to Mickey's. They called their friends because they hid phones in the air conditioning. Mm-hmm.
Work while filming the show.
Yep.
So it's free range. Y'all can leave the hotel by yourselves.
Yep. Well, without because the PAs were in bed, so we would just use whatever phone. Carmen had a phone up in the thing, and she had a separate phone. Yeah,
screaming.
We were wild kids.
So y'all probably
and they went out. I never did because I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna go by the rules.
Yeah, go by the rules.
Yeah, but they did go out.
Oh shit! I never knew that. Mm-hmm. So I guess they probably started taping after 4. Then after they realized how crazy I was season 3.
It was Willem's fault.
Oh yeah, that's
and
probably
then
why.
The less drinking was Jujubee's fault.
Oh, because she would get too drunk.
She would get too drunk in season 2. Because they had a bar, remember, in the Interior Illusions Lounge with a bartender.
Yeah.
And when Jujubee was drinking, which she doesn't anymore.
She's so sober girly.
She's a sober girly, but back 15 years ago. With the bartender there, she got too drunk, and then they started limiting the drinks in season 3. Thank you, Jujubee. And then Willem fucked up. That's how Willem got the tape on the doors.
But by at this point, I think they would have had to do that by like. We're at season 17? I think they would have figured out halfway through that they had to tape the girls in. But other reality shows, I don't think they do that. Like,
here's the thing: on All Stars, even if they tape the door, I'd be like, I'm going to open this door anyway.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Again, 40. I'm 48 years old. Or at the time I was.
Yeah, and you still are.
Always.
I've always been curious how you got your top model gig. Was it on audition?
No. Okay. Oh, this is a long story. You ready for it? Okay.
Yes, girl.
Okay. So everyone knows that I've already had a sort of a relationship and a friendship with Rupaul. So this when I was listening to Rupaul's audiobook, I was listening to it,
like the recent one, House of Winning Meetings?
Okay. She talks about a certain period where her and her partner, Georges, they had to split. And Georges was going through a period in his life where he was experiencing he was in the depths of addiction, and Rue had separated herself and come to LA. So during this time she was in LA, she was going through her sobriety, yet she still went to bars and supported all the queens.
Oh, work. Wait, Rupaul used to come out to the bars?
She used to come to the bars, every single bar. Rue actually held the spotlight for us one night when we had a bed sheet for a covering. Yes, Rue was definitely part of it. Wait, what was the question again? Hold on.
About top model.
Top model.
Yeah.
Right. So in that time, Rue was making music just for fun.
Yeah.
Just to kind of keep something going.
And it says after Supermodel of the World?
After Supermodel of the World. After the huge fame. After she had her talk show. So this was the early 2000s. I'm talking about between 2001 and whenever Drag Race started.
Got it. 2009, somewhere between there.
So yes. So Matthew Anderson... She had moved Matthew from New York to LA because Rue had a house in the Hollywood Hills that she was renting out there to kind of
figure it out,
to figure shit out. So she moved her bestie, her makeup artist.
Yeah.
And so Matthew was living for a time, and then he, because he was already such a well-known makeup artist, got a position, him and Danilo, who's a really famous hairstylist who's responsible for creating the hairstyles in the George Michael videos, Too Funky. He did all of that Linda Evangelista swoop. He did all of Gwen Stefani during the Harajuku period. Danilo is a very, very famous hairstylist. So him and Danilo were working on America's Next Top Model.
Matthew and Danilo.
Right.
Got it.
When Matthew moved to LA.
Got it.
So one day, RuPaul calls me because there was no text messaging. And she asked me if I would be able to, because she knew that I did makeup from the club. She asked me if I wanted to assist, because there was a character in her video for the, how do I look? How do I feel? Looking good, feeling gorgeous. Right. There's a scene with a girl named Kiwi, who's now passed, but she was this trans woman that we performed with at the Dreamgirls Review here in LA. And so Kiwi had a scene in it, and Ru asked me to come and just make sure that Kiwi looked good and presentable, just make sure that she had some glam.
Yeah.
$75 was
for
my
a day.
pay for the day.
Work.
So I went.
Inflation, that's probably about $250 now.
Yeah. It was shot by Mike Ruiz.
Mike Ruiz. Yep. I knew him from that A-list show in New York, and I thought he was so sexy back then. I didn't know who he was.
Yes. So please, if you ever watch the Looking Good, Feeling Gorgeous video, there's a scene with a nurse in it, and that's Kiwi. She's this beautiful trans girl with giant lips. She was pumped the house down, and now she's been gone many years. But so I went there that day, and during lunch, I sat down with Matthew, who had always I had always idolized. I carried a picture of Matthew in my folder in high school that I tore out of magazine that I still have. And
wait, so how did Matthew become popular and famous? Like,
Matthew was a makeup god at the time. He was doing everything. He had created Janet Jackson's makeup for the Busta Rhymes video.
Got it.
He was responsible for all of TLC, anything that no scrubs, everything.
Got it.
Matthew was doing all of that. So he was already quite famous at the time. So Matthew, during a cigarette lunch break, him and I were talking, just chit-chatting. And I, for my $75 a day, I was like, Matthew, what are you up to these days? And he's like, oh, I'm just working on a little show called America's Next Top Model. And I was like, oh my God, I love that show.
Because Top Model was big, but it was like by season, it was like
already season 3 or 4 maybe. I don't know. It was like quite early in the phases, so in the cycles. And so he was like, yeah, I'm the key makeup artist on it. And I was like, that's amazing. That's so cool. About a week later, he calls me, because people called, and he asked me to assist. So that's how it all began. And that's why I always have RuPaul as a thing, a magnet, an energy in my life that has always been like, she's always been there.
Like a totem. Like,
right.
Yeah, like,
but
the
like,
thing.
She's not my Judy. But she's definitely a person who's always kind of like, fairy godmother. Fairy godmother.
So it's because again, and I mean, I go back and forth in this belief like everything happens for a reason. I'm like, actually doesn't. Things just happen. I go back and forth. That to me feels like everything happens for a reason, right? If Ru never asked you to come and do that thing, you never got a chance to talk to Matthew, and he never would have been like, oh, I remember Sutan from the thing. Maybe you know what I mean? So yeah, that's
and at that point as well, I was fired after 10 years of working retail at MAC Cosmetics.
Why'd you get fired, Raja?
Because I wasn't supposed to be there to begin with. I was doing a lot of drugs. I was partying. I would show up. The uniform at the time was all black. I would show up in black Havaiana flip-flops, black cutoffs, a black, whiskey and poppers soaked tank top, my hair in a top knot. It was my time to go. After 10 years, I had already had hers, and they had already had mine's. So they let me go. It was fair, But I was freelancing as a makeup artist, and I was just figuring shit out. And then all of a sudden, Ru kind of was like, "Want to come assist?" And the point, I think, in sharing the length of the story is that for young people or for people who are just starting out, just be aware of who's around you, be available to it, be mostly present for it, to listen, to just be available because you never know.
Never know what
you never know.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are kind of confused about my relationship with Rupaul and my friendship. But she's, again, fairy godmother. Always arm's length.
Yeah.
We've never been close, but she's always been like, you might be good for this.
Yeah. And then when it came to direct, so we'll get there. So then on Top Model, like, so what do you, I'm so curious, as someone who was there working it in it, what do you think about all these girls coming out all these years later, but like, Top Model was horrible, it was horrible treatment, Tyra hazed us, like, I have her to blame for all, I'll tell you what my thoughts are really quick. I think that Tyra Banks was showing what the model world at large was.
Absolutely.
They were transphobic, they were fatphobic, they were racist, and I think the show put some of that out there for the people to see, like, this is what happens when, like, when the girls would do a challenge and Janice Dickinson or Tyra would say something crazy. I'm like, that's probably what these people are saying in these ghosties that these girls don't hear, or something they do hear. So that's what but I'm not a model. I was on the show. That's just what I am perceiving. That's my perception of the situation.
No, hold on. Oh gosh, because sometimes I have to like really kind of clear up how I feel about Tyra Banks. Again, a Gemini. I'm just kind of like, I like to just kind of joke and poke fun at it. But in all honesty, Tyra Banks and RuPaul were such huge catalysts, and they really kind of made things happen for me in my life. So I am forever indebted to these people.
Yeah.
And Tyra Banks, hold on.
We have more of that came from too, because I'm almost done.
I know. I'm just gonna sip this one.
Well, because Sydney, who's helping us out today, helping us produce this, she gave us a shot. I was like, girl, this is wine. It's not tequila. It was a shot of wine.
Is there tequila?
I could get some.
I've been actually like featuring my nails a little bit more, like they need to be done. But the last few interviews that I've had, one that I had here like a week ago, my nails have been really fucked up. So now I'm showing off like, yes, I do get my nails done.
Well, you have a nice long nail bed.
They grow fast.
That's good. You have a nice nail.
Like my hair.
Yeah, girl, okay.
For fuck's
you have
sake.
great hair. You have good keratin in your hair and your nails are so strong and healthy and beautiful.
I know.
Clearly, I don't
crazy.
have that. I have an opposite keratin problem, girl.
But you got that ass.
I got a little
ass. You really do. Okay, so back to Tyra Banks.
Tyra Banks, yeah.
You know what? You're absolutely right. There was a lot of things that seemed very problematic, but Tyra Banks was not presenting anything that was unrealistic to what the fashion world looked like at that time.
Yeah.
Clearly now we have changed our minds.
Yes.
We now have models that are plus size. We have models that are have disabilities. Is that even allowed?
Yes, disabilities, yeah.
Models in wheelchairs.
Yeah.
Models with Down syndrome. Just all sorts of different types of beauty that we would have never seen before. And as problematic as we think Tyra Banks is, she also introduced some very groundbreaking ideas, including the plus size models, which at the time sounded ridiculous. No one at that time even thought that as a plus size that you could be seen as beautiful.
Yeah.
Tyra brought that. Tyra brought Isis King, the first transgender model to ever be seen on television. And I was there. Yeah. I was there with Isis. And I felt like Isis's protector and mother in some ways, being there on set, off camera.
Yeah.
Because I knew that experience was frightening for her.
Yeah.
She had barely started HRT. You know, she was still kind of just putting little chicken. She was a baby. But Tyra also paid for her full, like,
really
reassignment.
I did not know that.
Tyra paid for that.
Her gender affirmation.
And on the Tyra Banks show, yes, the wording wasn't perfect and the language wasn't perfect, but Tyra did present trans women as beauty, as a reality.
Not just a novelty. Like, she's like, these are beautiful women.
Yes, but maybe it seemed like she was presenting it as a novelty because that's the only way it could have been presented at that time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Tyra is a very controversial character.
Yeah.
She is, but for me in my life personally, she changed my life and she showed me the world. She took me around the world for the first time. I'm forever indebted to her. She's a Sagittarius, so you know what I mean? Arm's length.
Well, I don't know what that means. I don't know what signs mean.
With the Gemini, the Sagittarius could be little. iffy.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Sagittarius?
I love Sages. My older sister's a Sag. I
They're
love
born
Sages.
that's November, December.
Yes.
Yeah, Sagittarius. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a Pisces. Do we get along? I'm a Pisces Gemini rising.
We get along. Geminis get along with everyone. We just know how to. We just have to gauge certain things.
Okay.
Pisces, you guys are so emotional.
But I'm not though. I'm not
I think you
emotional.
are.
You think I am?
I think you are. I think you are.
Were you?
You're not out of control, but you are very emotional and sensitive. You are very keen to your emotions.
I am keen to my emotions.
That's what I mean by that.
Yeah, I'm very. Yes, I agree with that.
Monét Talks.
Have you ever been to a dentist that has bad bedside manner? Or a therapist that only has appointments available at the most inconvenient time, like during the middle of your workday? Well, gone are those days, bitch, because ZocDoc is here. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can book in-network doctors at your leisure. Girl, ZocDoc has been around for a very long time. I've been using it since I was in New York City, and they just make booking a doctor easy, fast, reliable, dependable. And what I personally love are the patient reviews. Baby, I don't need a soap opera. I do not need the next season of Pretty Girls. Pretty Little Liars. That's what I don't need, because ZocDoc patient reviews have all the drama. And I like it because you get the real tea. You get to know if these doctors are good for you, or if they have bad bedside manner, if they are on time, if they help people get what they need. That's what I like ZocDoc. Stop putting off those doctor appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/Monet to find and instantly book top-rated quality doctors today. That's ZocDoc.com/Monet. ZocDoc.com/Monet.
Monét Talks.
Were you on set for the infamous Change the Races photo shoot?
I was. Yeah.
Now-
and at that time, that was one of the first shoots, because I was still assisting Matthew. I assisted Matthew for 2 seasons. And you know what? All I have to say is we were following instructions.
Yeah. No, this is not y'all at all.
We were following instructions. The big old black lady, 5'10" black lady with a lace front told us to do it.
I will say this, and I agree, that photo shoot was crazy controversial, but what a concept though, because the way these bitches were transformed into, they had a black woman look like Korean. They put a white lady full on, I forget her name, the one with the white girl with the long brown hair, that she became the black woman.
I don't remember.
But it was but again, I remember watching it in real time. I watched, Top Model was appointment TV for me. I watched it every week, every episode. And I remember even when you came out for the first time, I was like, oh my God, he's so cool. You know what I mean? But it was controversial, but it was a fair shoot.
I was there for it. And you know what? Everyone was there for it. It was like 2000 something. No one batted an eyelash. Yeah. Or we were just kind of. But the most ridiculous part of that photo shoot was that we had to put milk mustaches on top of it.
Milk mustaches.
Like, what are we doing? That's when I knew the job was ridiculous, and I just had to go along with it.
Or the one where she made them do the fashion runway on the water with the
the water in the pool.
In the pool.
In what fashion world?
Although there was not that crazy. There's something this past fashion cycle where it was a little crazy. I was like, it wasn't at the level of Top Model, or the one where she had the pendulum swinging and they had to dodge it.
I was just thinking of that. In what pendulum fashion world? No such thing. They made up some crazy ass shit.
Who was someone there that you think had like the most, like, that you remember had like the most raw talent? You're like, oh, this particular is going to be a star.
As a model?
Yeah, as a model.
Oh my gosh, there's
for me it was Jasleen. I love Jasleen.
I love Jasleen too. But for me, like currently, like as far as like continuing to watch content of the girls, like I love Eugenia Washington.
Eugenia from season 5 or 9, I think. One of them.
She was in.
She's the one when y'all went to Spain.
That was in Spain.
Season 9.
And Carrie D is stunning.
Carrie D.
Those girls were such a fun group of girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them. But Eugenia and I, like, continued our friendship even after, and till today, I just look at her as one of the most beautiful,
gorgeous
women I have ever done makeup on. To be very honest with you, I could look at her for. I don't even know.
Stunning.
Do you watch her?
Yes, yeah.
Her voice, she's so soothing.
Yeah, she's fierce.
Oh my god.
Yeah, season 9 was a good group of girls. I forget the one that win, the white girl, the one with the blonde hair. Is that Carrie D? It wasn't Carrie D.
One girl I always think about too is Heather, which was on the season. She was on the season where the girl with the bowl cut.
Oh,
China. We went to China.
Yes. Yes. I remember
Sal.
the black girl with
Sal Stowers.
with like the Celicia with the mushroom thing.
Yeah, Heather really stuck out to me. She was the first time I learned about what Asperger's syndrome was.
Oh,
she was this dark-haired, really kind of like fair skin,
yes,
but also an amazing illustrator and artist. And I never knew what an Asperger was, and she taught me about that.
Taught all about it.
Yeah.
Did you ever do modeling like professionally, Rasha?
No.
Did you want to?
I think I did.
You're so tall and so model-esque.
I think if I grew up in this time, seeing beautiful women like Alex Consani and Hunter Schafer and Ray R. Martini, these beautiful trans women, I think that I would have had a chance now in 2025, but I think I wanted that back in the 90s. I wanted to be a trans girl model. I really did.
Wow.
I really did.
Like you thought about transitioning at a point?
Absolutely.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think so. I think if what these girls are experiencing, like there was no possibility of someone like Alex Consani to happen in the early 2000s or even in the early 90s, but I would have been part of that group for sure.
Yeah, I definitely. So I've toured the transition. I've for like even the past 4 years, I thought about just getting boobs. Like literally how I am now, just getting a full 38C. I obviously decided not to do it, but I was like really heavy on the fence. I'm like, let me just. I even talked to a doctor about a consultation and everything, but I decided not to.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, I was like, if I woke up, I don't know. I was like, if I woke up,
where's that wine? By the way, this conversation is getting good. We need to like. By the way, I love this like 80s porno room you've got. Yes, honey. It's so inspiring. Should we finally shoot our OnlyFans porn?
Oh my god!
This is a whole separate like.
We should just jerk off on this couch.
I'm ready.
Just jerk off on this couch.
JK, it's not happening. I'm not even wearing this jacket. I think it's just because I'm aging and I need a weighted blanket.
But it's so cool though. See, okay, so back to our conversation earlier about mixing metals. So I have a black leather jacket like this. I got it from an ex-boyfriend actually, and I lost it on a tour, and I've been so sad about it.
Wrong pipe.
It was a nice, heavy, like real 80s jacket. I got it from ex-boyfriend, left it at a club on one of the tours, lost it forever. So now I have a new one, but I've always been conscious about mixing the silver hardware on my biker jacket with gold. I feel like that always looks a little like
oh god, you're an overthinker.
I know I am really because you look fine doing it.
It doesn't even matter. It really is just about. First of all, again, this is like a weighted blanket on me. So yeah. I always love this. This I found in Toronto. If you're in Toronto, do some vintage shopping because it's like no joke there. But this is like just some big old fat dude's old leather jacket. It's oversized, and I wear it as a cape. I wear it in the snow with like a cashmere layer and or a hoodie. Yeah, you know, like a big used
condom.
Ew.
Do you use condoms?
Money, that's too many. That's too much.
Okay, so I was a big condom user. I only in the past 2 years I got on PrEP, and now I've been in these PrEP streets. But until then, like I just prefer a condom. I just feel safe as using condoms. Now I've switched to PrEP in the past 2 years.
No one prefers a condom.
I know.
It doesn't feel right.
I did. It did not bother me.
But for the person who's wearing it, it doesn't always feel right. I'm just happy to know that y'all kids have options. You know, I didn't grow up with that. So condoms are always part of the conversation because that's straight up how we had to grow up.
Yeah.
We didn't have PrEP, perp, peeps. We had peeps. But we didn't have any of that. You know, it was either you just, it was like a roulette, you know, like a Russian roulette. And you just like, you might get it.
DoxyPrep now is a thing.
Yeah.
DoxyPrep, except DoxyPrep does not, it's like 50-50 on gonorrhea. So you can still get the gono.
Here's the thing. We're mammals. And I think we need to always realize that. If you are a sexual being, realize that we are mammals and that our bodies will react as mammals. You're not an alien. You know what I mean? You're gonna get something if you are unprotected. But that's the risk and that's the fun. And if there's pills to take care of it, then take care of it.
Or a shot, girl.
Or a shot, whatever.
That is the worst.
No one is exempt as a mammal. You know, you might get something.
How's your love life?
I love me so much. I'm doing great.
I know you.
Oh, you have cards. These are real cards.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on the pit stop.
I know that you experienced love, and because I remember, I think on that tour you were going through a separation. Would you ever get married again?
I like the idea of marriage. I definitely think that. I think if that's what people want to do, they should do it. Marriage is a huge resposibility.
It's just a legal thing. That's the thing with marriage. That's what gets me like so tight. Like it's literally just a legal thing that with the government saying that you're with this person.
Yeah,
like that's the only fucking different thing that changes. So like sometimes that's why I'm sometimes like, why do we need it? It's just literally a legal thing.
It really is.
It's just a little contract that said, oh yeah, y'all are doing this thing for real. Bye.
It's this antiquated idea of joining two people in some sort of lawful paperwork. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Are you? I'm very curious about this. Are you open to? Are you poly? Could you be poly?
I think these questions are really too complicated for me. I think I'm actually quite simpler than that.
So monogamous.
Maybe I am poly. I think that everyone should just kind of experience love in all of its forms. And for most of my life, and because I travel so much, I got hoes in every area code. Remember that song? You know what I mean?
I got hoes.
And I think that's the one of the great like wonderful luxuries of what we have as traveling performers.
Yeah.
And going into cities, we'll always have a friend. Sometimes it's a fuck buddy. Sometimes it's just like a little like, you know, I miss you. Let's make out. I haven't seen you in months. I haven't seen you in a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lovers. I love the idea of lovers. I love that very much. I think there's something very romantic and kind of old school. Like, I've got my lover in Paris and also in Italy, in Milan. Oh, my lover, my lover. Oh, so many lover. The word lover.
Lovers.
Yeah, partner is too solid. It's too real for me.
It's
I like a lover.
Permanent.
It's too permanent.
Yeah, a lover.
I like a lover.
A fly-by-night situation.
Yeah. Are you involved? Are you in a
Yeah, I mean, I've been, my boyfriend and I, we've been together for 3.5 years. And we've had moments of openness. We've closed it. We've been open for a long period of time right now. We might close it. So I got the model from Dan Savage. Dan Savage is a brilliant writer.
I know. And he definitely digs into conversations, sometimes a little uncomfortable for me to listen to, but definitely eye-opening.
Yeah. And then so I think that for a long time, I was like, oh, like I want, like, because we all grew up in this fucking fucked up shit where we see like princesses and the princess meets a princess and they're together forever. And so we all have that heteronormativity, right? From the time we were conceived in this world. So I think I grew up around that. But when I became older and especially fucking gay, I was like, oh, like I like having sex with a lot of people. Yeah. Like that's fun to me. So I think, and then when I got into a relationship, I was like, oh, we have to be monogamous. Then when I realized I don't want to fuck the same person for the rest of my life. And I don't want my partner to only have sex with me for the rest of his life. So
do you think that openness comes from the male aspect of queerness? Like it's a gay dude problem because gay men in general, the hormonal thing is a lot more sexual than let's say women. Yeah. Like the hormonal thing is different. Women don't crave and need sex because somehow our genitals are outward, our emotions are outward. I need to fuck it. I need to mount it.
Yeah.
Is that where it comes from?
I don't know.
So maybe that's why I don't even always know how I identify in that.
But I do also have times where I do like the monogamy of it all. Like I do like
that jealous bitch.
Exactly, I'm jealous. You know what I mean? So I want to.
As a Gemini, if I focus my attention on you, we are each other.
Yeah.
You know?
And there's something so beautiful about that to me.
That.
And my friends have been together for like 7, 8, 9 years, and they've been monogamous the entire time.
Yeah.
I look at that, I'm like, that is so fucking beautiful to me.
I think so too, yeah.
And like, what? And like, am I weak that 2 years in, me and my work were like, oh, let's open it up. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So I
don't
that.
think I'm poly. I'm not
poly.
Poly is too vast. It's too big of an umbrella.
Yeah.
Like, no. Yeah. Just leave me alone, you know. Slut. I identify as slut. I just need lovers.
Yeah. Is there a world that you would ever see yourself going back to Drag Race?
No, dumbass. I told you no a long time ago. I would never. Would you?
No.
How could you?
I would. I could.
You've
not.
been on like 12 times.
I've been on 3 times. I'm good. There's not a world that I would ever go back to the show. Unless it was like they always tease this like besties or best friends thing, like, you know, like Bob and Monet, Trixie and Katya, Raja and Manila, like something like that could entice me.
Could.
But it has to be something really niche and really super different. I'm like, and then girl, you heard what they did for All Stars 9, how they gave them X amount of dollars, blah, blah, blah. It had to be something like that, where I'm like, feel really taken well care of.
Yeah, it's been how many years since 3 years, 2 years?
We filmed ours in August 20. Oh, and June, July 21 was when we filmed ours. 20. So it's 4 years.
No,
stop
stop
it. 4
it.
years.
Okay, maybe I'm ready for another one. I don't know, but like the amount of money to create the package for it is so stressful
crazy
to me. I'm like, oh my god, do I want to do that? Like,
well, when you told me how much you spent on the laser look and the other blue one, that is,
yeah.
I mean, again, clearly it looked like you spent, you know what I mean? Like, because sometimes girls say they spent X amount of dollars. I'm like, you should have just did half of that.
Well, I was just trying to catch up with all y'all because you've all been on it like at least 3 times before I was. You know what I mean? I was just trying to calculate how much money you guys spent in the multiple times you'd been on before. So
I was always so pissed off because that fucking Raja's red. I don't know if this has been said before. It probably has. You probably have said it. But when we did that light up runway, and when Raja turned the corner in that fucking crazy outfit, RuPaul started screaming, "Oh my god, you fucking bitch! This is crazy!" Oh, like RuPaul was losing his mind.
Know. It was great.
And I'm sorry they didn't put that on camera.
No, I know.
RuPaul, he was jumping out of his skin. He could not believe what he was witnessing.
Yeah, because if you were in the room, you could see that it took over the entire room.
All the lasers.
Anyway.
Yeah.
What's done?
Yeah, what's done is done. What's about?
Water off a duck's back.
Water off a duck's back. That also, after we finished, that's when I first did my first soul searching in Joshua Tree. Like we finished that season, and then I got invited to go to Joshua Tree, hang out with some folks. I didn't know, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna smoke some weed, or whatever. But it's my first time doing like acid, mushrooms. I literally like had a soul. I like discovered myself in Joshua Tree. I went to
I could see that. I actually went there during COVID because one of my friends, my dear friend Susie Wong Arnold, who's a chef, he rented a place for like a couple weeks, and he's like, get your ass out here and let's hang out. And I spent about like a good week and a half during COVID. There was nobody. It was so silent and so beautiful. And if you're gonna run around aimlessly through the rocks in the middle of the night because there's nobody there, it's not like you're gonna run into the street and hit traffic.
Yeah,
because it's just rocks and the moon. Do the drugs. You must do the drugs with the rocks and the moon.
You have to do the drugs with the rocks.
The moon and the stars.
Yeah, it really was, especially after the stress of All Stars, it really I was like, wow, I feel like I'm going to some really intense self-discovery.
What a great idea.
So grateful for that trip. I love that trip because I'd never done mushrooms and shit. And it come to find out, bitches had mushrooms while we were filming and nobody fucking told me.
Wait, What?
Yes.
Who?
Evie.
Of course.
I know. And she didn't tell me. I was like, bitch, I would have loved to be tripping doing some of that fucking bullshit we went through.
I don't know if I would have loved it. Can you imagine me on mushrooms on an episode? I was a space case anyway.
You were.
I would have been pretty wild.
Well, it's also the episode, the one where we did the TikTok dance challenge, y'all. And y'all don't, because.
Kill me.
Well, but remember when we went to go in the thing while everyone was rehearsing with Travis Wall and we were sitting in the little Queen's thing on the main stage, we were all so fucking high because we all decided to hit Shay's weed pen. And so, like, all of us were just so fully blazed and stoned out of our minds watching.
We passed around a lot of weed. People always ask me, they're like, "Do you think they'll ever have another winners All Stars?" And I said, probably not.
Never a second.
Never. We ruined it. We ruined Christmas. They'll never do it again.
Can I? I love that we also share the fact that we're both Simpsons girls. We were immortalized on The Simpsons. Mm-hmm. Was yours? Did they come at you with the idea, or would you just? Oh no, because you voiced yours. Yeah, so like you knew what was happening. It wasn't like a surprise.
Okay, how it happened was the Simpsons characters, the people from the Simpsons, were at DragCon.
Oh,
because Rupaul was going to be on a new episode. No, is that how it worked? No, the Simpsons people, all the different voices and stuff were at DragCon, and they had a panel, and they needed somebody to officiate over it. So they asked me to do it. Not sure why, but they asked me to do it. And it just so happened on that day, Manila and I, because we used to share a booth, decided that we were going to go on as Salma and Patty.
Got it.
Same day.
Got it. Universe.
So I went there and hosted and emceed and made friends with all of the voices and such and the producer. And then about 2 weeks later, I was in Provincetown yet? I was in Provincetown, and they were like, "We have a part for you." And they had made a drawing of me with Matt Groening, like signature on it. There's like an official drawing of Raja. Had all my tattoos, and I lost my shit.
So good.
Yeah, and then while I was in Provincetown, I went to go record it in Boston.
Work.
Yeah.
Do you TikTok when you're in Pito?
Do I do TikTok? I don't do.
No, TikTok.
Oh, TikTok? No, girl. Because why?
Oh.
I mean, it's really nice in the daytime. They do like, you can do hanging yoga. Like they have like yeah.
So the TikTok is a place in P-Town.
I think the TikTok is dead.
No.
Ding dong, the TikTok dead.
No, it's not, girl.
It's still going?
Yes.
I just don't, it sounds like a lot of work.
I mean, so the TikTok is this basically at nighttime, or you can go during the day too, under the boardwalk of one of the place in Fire Island there. You can just go on there and
P-Town,
in P-Town, and you can go down there and experience other men sexually.
It used to be the cruising spot. It was it was underneath a dock.
Yeah,
and it's now known as the Dick Dock.
The Dick Dock,
very famous for a cruising spot.
Yeah,
I have gone down there, but now people have like cameras and then they turn on their phones and flashlights. It just doesn't have that same mystery and like danger and sexiness to it. It just feels like a novelty. It's like, it's like when you leave the castle at Disneyland and you throw a little like coin into Snow White's, like it doesn't give me that.
Well, I found myself at a sex party last month after
here.
No, I went on. I'll tell you. I went on a cruise, and I found myself at a sex party on a cruise.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, I was like, I cannot believe because
I think any cruise with a load of queer people is a sex party.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because I remember the old
Alan Chucks,
those were sex parties.
I'm sure, yeah. It's just it's a circuit sex party for the entire time.
Very much.
And then so I found myself at this sex party, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here. Like, because I vowed not to do these things since I got on TV, because what you said, people have cameras, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you know what? Everyone is here under the same vibe, same vibration. It'll be fine. Bitch, 10 minutes in, I look up and I see someone's camera phone taking a view of the thing. He's like, don't worry, I'm just getting a video for my boyfriend. I immediately turn around because we're all just there naked holding our dicks in our hand. I'm like, why the fuck are you recording this? I just got them. Like, is that?
It was Naomi Smalls. She's vicious. I heard about her.
But I was like, so after that, I was like, I can't find myself at a thing because like, what if this video just shows up one day? I'm going to be gagged. that I allow myself to be in this situation, you know? But whatever, you live in your
I have
world.
2 words for you. Rock'em Sakura.
Yes.
She's wild.
She is wild.
Her. I love her for it. She's like, whatever.
Yeah.
So I got railed at Folsom. She's like, I love it.
I want to go to Folsom. I've never been. I keep on saying I'm gonna go. I just like seems like
You should have gone in the 90s for real.
Yeah. Or like going to Freak. I wish I was around. I wish I was alive around the time of Freaknik. Freaknik looks like it
90s,
was
very, very that.
It looked like it was the fucking tea. Like so many things. But I wish I was alive in the 70s so I could just like free love and like do like live. Ugh.
I love vintage like 70s and 80s porn.
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's very good.
Those dudes didn't know.
They didn't know.
They didn't know that there was a huge plague ahead of them, and they were just like
living their lives.
And so sexy and so hot.
But what are we gonna see? What are the kids today gonna see of us now and be like, they didn't know? Like that's happening right now. We don't know. There's something happening right now for queerness, whatever it is that we're doing. We have no idea how fierce and good we have it until we're gonna look 50 years down the road and we're gonna be like, oh shit, that was the time.
I think there's a movement that's happening. I think there ought to be a bigger movement. I think a revolution should certainly happen. Things are getting quite serious in this country. Mm-hmm. I'm from a generation that remembers, pre-gay marriage. I also remember a time when being queer and just doing drag in general was still subversive and a subculture. Yeah. And we've come a long way, and now all those rights are being taken back. So,
yeah.
You know what? I wasn't always sure what I had to offer to the community, but now I can offer my version of history and maybe how to navigate through it. I think that's my role right now.
Yeah, girl, you like as someone who I look up to you as someone who has so much wisdom because you have so much knowledge about our community and you have you have such great wise words for the younger generation coming up, and because you never speak from a pious place or a place of privilege. You speak as no, I've lived this and I know what it is, and I'm trying to tell you how to do better. Like that's what I always feel and vibrate from you every time I talk to you about gay shit in life.
Yeah, pious sounds like church, piety.
Yeah, like
no, I'm not a preachy gal.
Not at all. Not at all. You're very like you speak to like I feel like you have a talent. Yeah, you have so much knowledge. You have a talent of speaking to people where they're at. You don't ever seem like you're coming from a
No.
It's never that.
I don't like shaking the proverbial cane. Although I have a rhinestone one. It's completely encrusted. But I always try to tamper that and put the cane down.
Yeah.
And instead listen
to
what is going on right now and then offer what I know.
Yeah.
I don't want to ever come from that place of well, been there, done that. And I'm like, well, yeah, I have been there, done that, but I've been there and I'm ready for more. Like, give me more.
Yeah.
Just because I've done it doesn't mean I'm done. Ooh. I don't like the done part.
I love that. Just because I've done it doesn't mean I'm done.
Yeah.
Love that.
Right?
Yes. Is that your next one? Your one woman show?
I'm actually working on a one-woman show right now. Am I allowed to plug something?
Please, yes.
But yeah, I'm just workshopping it. I've just watched so many of my girlfriends do such really amazing things, like you, and Bob and Bianca, and I'll never be that. You guys,
that's not true.
But I aspire and I learn, and I'm definitely working on my own stuff right now.
Yeah. You are a learner.
I have a funny. I don't want to share the name of it yet, but I think you'll when we get a chance. Okay. I'm going to bounce some ideas off of you because you're a great writer.
And the one woman show is going to be anecdotal. Is going to be
anecdotal.
Love that.
Yeah,
love that.
It'll always be anecdotal.
Same.
I'll write some shit out.
Yeah,
but it's just really just about hitting the points and then throwing some music in there.
Yeah. Raja.
Yeah.
Raja, I just love you so much.
I love you, Ashwan.
I love you, Raja.
You know why I call you Ashwan?
No, tell me.
Because it's like for me, what was that movie called? House Bunny.
Yes.
Remember when she's like
with what's her name? Anna Faris.
Yeah, it's like It's like that.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just for me, like when I hear a name that sounds good to me, I had to add more to it. The first time I met Shea Coulee, I was like, Shea Coulee. She's like, no, Shea Coulee. Don't try that with me. That's you and Monet. My name is Shea Coulee. But it's definitely me doing that. Shea Coulee. Yeah.
That is hilarious.
It's just an association thing,
I love
right?
that. And I just love you so much. And thank you for being here and taking the time and to pick
Is this the wind down? Are we done?
Yeah.
Oh, the lights are even going off.
The lights are literally
Crazy.
going off for us, so they're...
They already called the Uber for me to go home. My God, you guys really...
We can fix that in post.
They said that's enough airtime.
Cheers, Raja.
Cheers.
And cheers to all of y'all for swinging by the couch today. We were privileged to have Raja in studio, and we'll see you next week for a brand new episode of Monét Talks. Peace!
Bye, children. Oh, wait.
Our audio engineer is going to love that.
Monét Talks.